Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. I hope you're safe and sound. Real Madrid took another 3 points from a tricky fixture which saw a lot of rotations from Carlo Ancelotti. The coach keeps marching towards the only major title which he hasn't won with the Los Blancos, and about yesterday's game we can say it was a very professional performance from the men in white. It was a performance of comfort and ease, a performance where Real Madrid were not bothered at all, and what was good to see was that someone other than Benzema and Vinicius were also involved in getting goals to take Madrid over the line. We know how important Benzema has been for Madrid, but even King Karim needs support from the rest of his teammates in a few games. It's always good to see more players having that goal-scoring touch, because you never know when that may come handy as well. So in this video, we'll do the post-match analysis of Real Madrid versus Getafe. We'll talk about the significant happenings of the game, and without further ado, let's get started. And having a look at the lineup, there was Courtois in goal. In the back four, we had Alaba, Militao, Marcelo, and Lucas Vasquez. In the midfield, we had Camavinga, Casemiro, and Valverde. And finally in attack, we had Vinicius, Benzema, and Rodrigo. And before doing the analysis, let's quickly do the shout-out. 3 of you got your predictions correct, but our ultimate shout-out winner is Mr. Prince, and I congratulate you for getting the scoreline correct. And sharing some thoughts on the starting 11, one of the first things that I was pleased to see was that Militao was back on the pitch. We saw him struggling with a number of niggles in the Chelsea game, and Madrid were given a scare when Militao was seen limping. But as things turned out, he had no issue at all and was completely fine alongside David Alaba. He had a strong showing, he didn't give much room to the Getafe attackers, and that's good to see, because even though he might not be playing against Chelsea in the midweek, we have to look at the bigger picture, and Militao's domineering presence would be a key component going forward in the league and the Champions League as well. And about the other changes, Lucas Vasquez was given a chance ahead of Dani Carvajal, and I personally thought that was his best performance of the season. We have seen this year that Vasquez had been playing way below par in the previous matches, but finally he showed up against Getafe. It was a nice comeback for him. He had the most touches in the game, he put in some good crosses and key passes. It was an industrious display from the converted right back, and to top it all, he also scored the second goal of the night. It was a well taken shot. He still has the attacking instincts, Vasquez. He combined with Rodrigo on the right wing, he continued his run inside the box. Rodrigo picked up his movement, and it was very well taken goal from the Spaniard. It was placed far away from the keeper. He couldn't do anything from that range, and the second goal provided the cushion and almost sealed the deal for the Los Blancos. So thumbs up to Lucas Vasquez. He had a positive impact in the side, and hopefully we'll continue to see him making meaningful contributions for the team in the remainder of the season. And speaking about the first half in general, it looked like both the teams were doing a bit of sparring. Both were looking strong defensively. You could see Getafe were having the 5-3-2 defensive setup. They stayed compact and mostly dealt with the attacks of Madrid. They did make it slightly difficult for Madrid to attack the opposition at a free-flowing rate, and as a result the chances created were limited. It was also quite interesting to see how the dynamics of the midfield were working out. We used to see Camavinga drifting to the left wing, and he tried to link up with Vinicius and Marcelo, who was a prominent attacking threat for Madrid. He would also cover the ground and go back to receive the ball from Courtois at times. I did think that we missed the qualities of a midfielder who would dictate the tempo and put in adventurous passes for the forwards in front. However, both Valverde and Camavinga brought a lot of energy, a lot of tenacity in the midfield, and they also made some tactical fouls that broke Getafe's game during the turnovers. So the game got a bit cagey for a few minutes, but soon we would see Madrid draw first blood. We had seen flashes of brilliance from Vinicius Jr. We saw him inflict a nutmeg on the Getafe defender, but his contribution in goal was equally brilliant to watch. He put in a cross from the outside of his foot. It seemed like the youngster is learning a lot from the legendary Luka Modric. It was a delicious ball in. It went just over Benzema, but fell perfectly for Casemiro, who came up with a diving header to open the scores for the Los Blancos. And about the goal, if we just try to analyze the body language of Casemiro after the goal, you could see a sense of relief on his face. In the previous campaign, he had goals under Zinedine Zidane. He scored some crucial goals in big matches in the Champions League, and since this season he didn't have a single goal under his belt. It's quite possible it may have been bothering him. It may have been going on at the back of his head. His fellow midfield partners Cruz, Valverde, Camavinga and Modric all have scored goals this campaign, and I'm quite sure Casemiro would have had the deep desire to get his name on the score sheet and get off the mark this season. And talking about the second half, Real Madrid didn't showcase any sort of flamboyance in the game, but it was enough to put down Getafe and keep them away from scoring. We saw Ceballos and Gareth Bale again getting a few minutes. Bale got a mixed reaction from the crowd. It was again me greeted with a few whistles, but there are reports suggesting that there were a greater number of fans who were clapping for Gareth Bale and were in support of the Welshman. The fans perhaps acknowledged that this is his last season with Real Madrid, and they seem to be grateful for all the miraculous moments that Gareth Bale has produced during his time at Madrid. So let's see if Gareth Bale gets more minutes in the matches to come. I do suspect he'll get a few starts when Real Madrid wrap up the league, but till then he should be content with a few minutes here and there. So overall, if we talk about yesterday's performance, it was a pretty assured display from the Los Blancos. They looked confident, they didn't run into trouble, the youngsters gave a decent account of themselves, some big names in the side got much needed rest, and now we look ready to face Chelsea in the second leg at the Santiago Bernabeu. So those were my thoughts on the game, and let's conclude this video by hearing the thoughts of Carlo Ancelotti. He first assessed the performance of the team. As he said, it was a really good display. Getafe beat us in January, and we were concerned because we were coming into the game after the Champions League and we could have slipped up. The guys who are playing less, like Marcelo and Camavinga, helped the team and were ready to be called upon. We're in pretty good shape. Our run from October to December was very good and we built up a lead in La Liga. He further said, we didn't lose our head after the Barcelona game. We had the advantage and we had to manage it sensibly. Today could have been a bit of a banana skin after the Champions League game, but the team responded well. We controlled the ball, pressed well and didn't take any risk at the back. Everything went really well. Then Ancelotti gave an update on the fitness level of Ferland Mendy. He said he had a muscle strain and we preferred not to take any risk. At the last minute we had problem with Mariano. Apart from Militao and Hazard, I think everyone will be fit for the Chelsea game. And lastly, Ancelotti addressed the whistles that were aimed towards Gareth Bale as he was coming on the pitch, and the coach came in support of his player. He replied, "It didn't bother me that he was whistled at. He's training well and he wants to work hard and help the team. That's the most important thing. We need everyone, and it's very important for the fans and the players to be united." So those are the thoughts of the coach, and that concludes the post-match analysis of Real Madrid versus Getafe. Do let me know what was your assessment from the game and what were the things that caught your eye right in the comments below. I'll see you soon. Till then, take care. Glory to Madrid, and as always, a la Madrid.